All right, let's get the pericardium off of this heart. Now, when you pull this open, there's going to be a wad of fat, and then the sternal artery and vein come right up to the sternum right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finger hook. I'm just going to grab all this stuff and just pull it out. And if you break those blood vessels, no worries, we're not keeping them anyway. Kind of put that away from you. Then I'm going to just spread the left lung a little bit, and then there's a little bit more fat right here on top of the bag. You should be able to just grab that with your finger. Don't forget, there's always fat around the heart to reduce friction. Now there is a lot of stuff up here as well. So right here is the thymus gland. We're gonna just remove that. Right there's the thymus gland. So I'm just gonna go in there, work my way through the thymus gland. It'll probably break into like 4 billion pieces. There we go. Just remove all of this stuff. There's the thymus gland. It is out. If there's any pieces of it left, you can see there's some dried blood in here. There's some extra connective tissue. Look at all these nerves. We don't need any of that little stuff. There's one of the major vessels right there. There's some other vessels over here. So you can see I'm just taking my forceps, pretty fatty in here, very soupy. Just have to, and everybody's will look a little bit different, and there's quite a bit of dried blood. You see all that? That's fat and dried blood. Really good on toast. Okay, I was just kidding. Don't put that on your toast. That's a little weird. All right, so we're going to clean that out just a little bit. Now you can see this big shiny bag. We need to get that off so that we can look at the heart and then dissect the rest of the vessels here for the cardiovascular system. So you're going to need a pair of scissors and your forceps. And if your partner holds this open for you, it'll be a little bit better. I was thinking about snapping all these ribs, but I don't want to do that. All right, so we're going to start. Here's the apex right here. That's the tip of the left ventricle. And I'm just going to, you can see the bag. It's nice and loose, a little bit of room in there for the heart to jump around. It's not very thick, so I'm just going to put a hole in it, just like that. And you can see my scissors are now in the bag. Now I'm going to come up the right side of the heart, just like this, right like that. And I'm going to take that right to the great vessels. And you can see, here's the first one right there. You can't miss that. I mean, it's tough to see. It'll be easier on the video than it will be. So I'm just going to take this right to the great vessels, just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing going around the left side of the heart. Just trimming that bag off. And you can see all that dried blood in there. Here, I'll show you. That stuff is all dried blood. So I'm just going to take my paper towel and just kind of get in there and just wipe that fat and blood off the heart. Try not to make a mess. Okay, get that lung out of the way. And now I'm just going to trim this right off the great vessel. Just put a little bit of pressure on it, and you should be able to just trim it right off the great vessels. Still a little fat down in there. That's half the bag. Now I'm going to grab the heart, lift him up like this, and you can see I have now peeled off the bag in the back. So all I have to do is trim that off. Man, it's going to be way easier with a partner. I'm trying to do all this with my... See if I can hold that right like that. Your partner is going to have to help you here. My hand's going to be in the way. Be careful, there's the inferior vena cava right here. We don't want to cut that, so we're going to go right over the top of that. And I'm just working around the other side of the bag. And there's the other piece of the pericardium right there. It's off. Now you can see right here, there's all kinds of dried blood. So I'm just going to, oop, that's some more bag. Pulled that off. There's some dried blood right here. You can see me flaking that off. See, that's all dried blood. So let's clean that out of there. Get that on the paper towels. And you can see the right auricle right there. Just cleaning some blood off. And there is your mink heart out of the bag. Everybody do that now. I'll give you about 10 minutes to work your way through that. Go. And it's going to be messy. Try to keep your area clean.